Welcome to Media Maniaxe. I'm Russell Currier.
Jamie Hughes.
We review everything.
We are just crazy enough to do it, and that's what we do here.
Yep. That's what we do here. And also, one thing we're going to be talking about.
Bring up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got
Remember we talked about it after?
Yep.
Last show was Halloween show, obviously, and you're probably sitting, I know you were sitting on the edge of your seats going, they're going to mention it, and we didn't mention it.
Yeah, we didn't mention The Shining.
Oh, my God, the classic horror movie. Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
We were even doing some type of imitations, weren't we?
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
What was it? The one I was, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so The Shining would be on, Shining would replace one of mine, I'd have to say.
You said Nightmare on Elm Street would have been your 5, so replace that with Shining.
Okay, so put that on the list. Now business at hand.
Now we're talking about our top 5 favorite TV shows for this segment, and throughout this whole episode, we're going to be talking movies to TV shows and everything like that. So first off, we're going to talk about our top 5 shows. So what's your number 5, Jamie?
Okay, mine actually steps back, and then I actually have a pretty current list. Mine is an old classic. Love the TV show. Would watch it. I'll watch it anytime. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah, I've seen a few episodes.
And
I love it.
And I've kind of been tossed on. You have the Shelley Long years, and you have the later episodes, which I'm drawing a blank on the actress. Oh, Ellie. What's her name? I can't think of her name now. I probably should have wrote it down. But
which one was Danny DeVito's wife in real life?
Danny DeVito's wife, she played Carla, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't know much of the show. I knew Woody Harrelson, Ted Danson were in the show.
Yeah, I mean, it was a star cast. With, of course, I mean, all the one-liners with everybody that would come in. I mean, just like really fast-paced humor.
Yeah.
When the show came out in the, I believe it was in the 80s, and they didn't know how it was going to fly. I mean, they thought 1, 2, 3 maybe seasons in a bar situation. And that thing just, you can watch it today and still laugh. I mean, I
do. I don't watch it very much, but I've seen a few episodes on TV, and I really got into it. It's really funny. It's
Christy Alley. That's what.
Christy Alley. Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, like I said, that was mine. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is a show I've been getting into just recently. I'm only halfway through the first season. Stargate SG-1. I'm a bit into the sci-fi stuff, and a great cast. Richard Dean Anderson playing Colonel Jack O'Neill, also known
MacGyver.
Yeah, MacGyver. And the thing where we're talking about movies and TV shows, this was originally a movie with Kurt Russell and James Spader.
I can also give you another TV credit of his.
Really?
You're probably going to go, I didn't know that.
What's that?
He got started on General Hospital.
I did not know that.
Dr. Jeff Weber.
Huh.
You can tell that I watch General Hospital, too. I mean, there you go. Well, I just thought I'd let you know.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Number 4 for me. Are you still talking about Stargate?
Oh, yeah, Stargate. I just love how it's greatly written, for one, and all the traveling through time and through space, not time and space, sorry. I'm Doctor Who fan, I think time. But just what they go through, the challenges and everything that they go through on each planet, and all the mythology and everything that is told to these people, and they have to explain, well, you're... all this other stuff and everything. There's a lot to the show. I love it.
Watch it.
Yes, definitely watch Stargate SG-1.
Number 4 for me, again, I jumped to a really newer list because I kept thinking I'd have older shows. I really don't. It's on PBS. It's a masterpiece series, okay? And they do different genres every so many months, maybe 5 or 6 episodes. The one that I really enjoy and look forward to, and it's coming out in January, and I'm sure a lot of people will, Downton Abbey, okay?
Oh,
and I mean, it's a period piece, and probably, you'd have to, like that era, but they have one going called Indian Summers. But I urge anybody, check out PBS. It's the Masterpiece series, and they always have great stuff on there. What's your 4?
My 4 is actually an animated show from Cartoon Network called Young Justice. Me being such a big DC comic fan, I love this because it was kind of a revamped Teen Titans show. But with Robin, Aqualad, Kid Flash, but it actually had more of a teenager type a demographic, I think. And there was a lot of people watching with their kids, of course, and everything, and how close it was to the actual source material of comics, for one, and how actually dark the show really was. And then it got canceled in the 2nd season.
Oh, wow.
And got replaced by a show called Teen Titans Go, which DC fans, it's not as good. Doesn't hold a candle to the Young Justice. So what's your number 3?
Okay, my number 3, actually, I just came into this, and I'm just new to this thing called binge watching. Okay, my son and his girlfriend do that, and I come home and I just started watching this program because they were watching it on one of the, we're not going to mention it, but one of the other things, Mad Men.
Mad Men.
Oh wow! And I mean, it's like I'm waiting for a commercial to show up, and finally I said, "Hey guys, when's the commercial?" And they looked at me like, "We're binge watching right now," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I got to stop in the other room. Can you like pause it?" And they paused it, and they've been watching. Oh, it's a great show.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of advertisements for it. It does look like a really good show. I just never got a chance to do it. Here's the thing that's hilarious. I don't watch much TV, but I have my shows I watch. Like on Netflix, I'll watch shows.
Okay, well, that's what I was going to say. That's how they watch their program. What is your number 3?
My number 3 is Gotham, as well.
Okay,
another
obviously another
DC
we know
comics.
where you're going, man.
Yeah, well, I like that because it's a reimagining of the growing up of Bruce Wayne and Jim Gordon when he was a detective. But also, you're seeing all the DC villains, like you're seeing Oswald Cobblepot before he became the Penguin, Edward Nygma before he became the Riddler, and I like how there's all this dark, the crime drama mixed with the DC comics. And it's only in its 2nd season, and I'm in love with the show so far.
That's good.
What's your number 2?
Deuce is a show that's on NBC. It's The Blacklist with James Spader.
Oh.
And James Spader, he tried his bit on television with Captain Kirk. It was like a few years back. He played lawyers, and I never liked it. I'm like, God, Spader should not even do television until he got on this Blacklist, and it is a great program. I mean, I enjoy it.
I've heard a lot of
people
things.
like it. I mean, we don't got to go too much into it, but it's a really good program. I enjoy.
James Spader's really coming up in the light and everything in the newer years, especially with voicing in Avengers: Age of Ultron and all that. Blacklist.
His first get-go. If you ever want to catch him in a movie, go back to Pretty in Pink. He plays the idiot friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, him and Andrew McCarty, and it was what was her name? The actress. I can't think of her name, but
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald. Yeah, and James Spader plays a real. You wouldn't like him, okay?
Yeah, he plays a jerk. Yeah.
What's your 2? Because I don't want to get right.
All right, my number 2 is Doctor Who. Because
I know.
My sister got me into the show. I really love the comedy aspect as well as the history and the sci-fi all mixed in. One of my favorite lines from one of the episodes was there was a scene where the doctor, it was the 10th Doctor, he threw a jacket to someone. He's about to drop down this hatch. He says, "Take good care of that jacket. I like that jacket. Janis Joplin gave me that jacket." And he drops down into the thing. I'm like, this guy likes rock music and all this, and I love all the comedy and nonsense, as well as like he has the upper hand because he's so clever, and it just pulls me in every time. And I haven't watched much of the newest season, but I've seen from the 9th Doctor till new episodes of the 12th.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like a big fan. So what's your number 1?
My number 1's music related. I'm not quite sure you're gonna like it because I know you're a rock god and all that kind of stuff like that. But it's a show. It's on ABC and it's Nashville, and I'm like hooked on it. And honestly, I mean, I'm not throwing a plug out, but I do work in the radio business and country music. I'm not even sure if what they do on that show is even close to what really happens in Nashville. But I did speak to a few. We had a star up here during one of the Lone Ranger days, and I spoke to him, and he said it's pretty darn close, but it's really a good show. Nashville, check it out.
Yeah.
One more, I know you got your number 1, and I'm going to say other shows, if you don't watch any of the ones that we're talking about, our Community Access.
Yes, that's another good show to watch.
Do that one out at the boss, man. We can keep our show going, right?
Yeah. All right, and my number 1 is The Flash. Just because...
I wonder what, wait, is that guy... Oh, okay, go ahead.
Another DC show, I know. I'm sounding like a broken record with all these DC shows, but I love the show just because it's so close to the source material as well. But there's also great acting by Tom Cavanaugh, who's done acting in the past. He plays this character named Dr. Wells. And you kind of know from the beginning, from the first episode, he's kind of twisted and all this, but no spoilers there. I just love all the comedies in the show and all the science and all that, and how they're keep bringing in new DC characters every single episode. We got to get
out of here before we go to our next segment. One show that's getting a lot of mention, and I'm sure we're going to American Horror Story.
Yeah, I actually just saw the first episode of that yesterday.
We got to close out, otherwise our next segment's not going to be very long, okay?
All right. So join us in a few minutes on Media Maniaxe. Come back.
Karen from Canine Stray Rescue. We're located at 2120 Metamora Road, just north of town in Oxford. We're an animal rescue here. We take in dogs. We have about 50 dogs here right now that are available for adoption. Before the dogs are adopted out, they are spayed or neutered. They're up to date on the rabies and distemper shots, and we also heartworm test them to make sure that they are not heartworm positive. We have families come through here. We're open every day, but Tuesday and Wednesday. We also have a website that lists our hours, tells you everything about our events. We go to Petco at Great Lakes Crossing on the 1st and 3rd Saturdays of every month. And we also go to Pet Stuff Harvest Time on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of each month. If you'd like to visit us there, we take about 8 to 10 dogs, but the rest of the dogs are always at the kennel for you to come and visit. We always need volunteers. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you would ever like to come and volunteer with us, we have volunteer meetings. We tell you a little bit about us, and then you can come and volunteer with us. We would love to have you come and adopt one of our dogs. They're all listed online, or you can come and visit them. Thanks a lot.
Welcome back to Media Maniaxe. We review everything.
We are just crazy enough to do it.
So, I wonder what's in your list for our list of movies we have to stop and watch if they're on TV.
Okay, well, here's the deal. My number 5, or we're not number 1, but Indiana Jones.
Now, of course.
And I used to do Indiana Jones for Halloween like every year. My son bought me the hat. This leather coat used to actually fit way better than it actually did. And I will tell you how long I've been watching the Indiana Jones series.
How long?
Well, you see what these are?
Yeah.
VHS tapes, okay? I don't even have a machine to play these on, okay? And this is back when they had, like, what, 3 of them, and they tried a little bit of a television series right here.
I think I saw a bit of the first episode of Young Indiana Jones, too. That was,
I guess I probably should just donate this to a library because somebody might have, they don't even use VHS players
I use
anymore.
VHS.
Do you?
Yeah. I have a lot of VHS at home, like Detroit Rock City I have on VHS. I just have
Do you
like
have a
big
machine,
box.
you mean?
Yeah, I do. I have a
Okay,
VHS player, too,
Well, so...
And I actually, to be honest, I have not seen all the Indiana Jones movies. I've seen most, all, if not all, of Temple of Doom. I haven't seen all.
You can borrow them. There you go.
Okay.
Now we're going to go to your number 4. Okay, so Indiana Jones, wardrobe change. Look, we're getting big time here, right? Should I keep the hat on?
Sure. Leave it on. It looks
good. Okay?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Good.
Yeah. My number 4 movies. My movies I have to watch, like Boondock Saints. Sean Patrick Flannery, Norman Reedus, Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is a really great actor. I really like his acting and everything. And what I like about this movie is all the action throughout this, as well as like these 2 brothers trying to cleanse a city of all of its evil and everything. So, and whenever that's on, I gotta watch it. Even though I don't watch
cleansing the city with evil, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's cleansing it of evil.
I don't know if we explained. Did we explain the segment that what we're talking about is like movies that, let's just say you're walking through your living room and somebody else is watching it, and I stop every time. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I kind of tried to shoot it out there, but I don't think anyone got it because I talk too fast.
Oh, you're fine. But what I was just saying, like that's just a movie I'll stop, and you've seen it 100 times.
Exactly, and I'm the type of guy who, when I was in high school, I used to watch Detroit Rock City. Every time I come home, pop it in, every single day. It was one of my favorite movies. So what's another one of yours?
Any one of the Pirates of the Caribbean series. I mean, we don't have to talk about. We know what it's about. I mean, Johnny Depp and the whole crew. I mean, if it's on, I'm stopping. What's yours?
One of my favorite Coen Brothers movies, The Big Lebowski.
Oh, that is awesome. That is a good film.
Yeah, I love John Belushi in that movie. Just I can't quote much of him because it's all edited for TV and all that.
Right.
And of course Jeff Bridges. I just love.
He is that's another actor. He's almost like you put him on the Nick Nolte list because he's like you're like. You see him, and then you don't realize how many things he actually has done. He's done a lot, the whole Bridges family. Yeah, and one thing I really liked, not recently, a couple of years ago, when he did True Grit. When he did that. Oh, right, yeah, the John Wayne, that would be a hard one to pull off. He did a good job. And seeing him go from the dude to, like, say, Obadiah Stane from Iron Man, and then go on to him, and I'm just like, this guy is a very talented actor. Well, I mean, Beau Bridges, his brother, and his dad, Lloyd Bridges. I mean, it's an acting family. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so it's a lot of talent throughout the whole family. Anyway, what's your other one? My other one, which I would stop all the time, and now I started to get to the point where I'm like, you've seen this, and you could do something else. Like, go do something else. A Few Good Men, would stop every time. Nice. Jack Nicholson, and if you're in the room with me, I'm sure you've seen it by now, but I'll be like, this is a great part coming up. He's about to go off in the courtroom, and Tom Cruise and Kevin Bacon and
want the truth.
Jack Nicholson. And I will tell you one thing about that film, okay? That is unbelievable. That a lot of things are done in multiple takes, okay? Rob Reiner was the director of A Few Good Men, and Jack Nicholson was there doing the courtroom scene where he just goes ballistic with Tom Cruise. And normally, they would film that over and over and over again. And that is one instance where they took the one take. At the end of it, Nicholson looked over to Rob Reiner and he's like, "Do you want me to do it again?" And Rob says, "No, I think we got it." And I mean, it's like probably one of the quintessential moments of like that movie. It's just, he admits that he was wrong. And I mean, it almost takes you back to the old Humphrey Bogart film, The Caine Mutiny. If you ever catch that one, it's another courtroom military thing, and it's just it's art. And I mean, I stop and see it every time. I mean, that's one of the movies.
Yeah.
Give me what
another one of mine. Well, because I'm a '90s kid, I love Power Rangers.
Right.
So the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Every time that's on, I gotta stop and watch, because when I was a kid, I loved that movie. I'd watch it all the time on a tape. So when I was at my dad's one time, I'm flipping through his dish, and I'm just flipping through, and I saw Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. My dad's sitting next to me, and I look at him like, "You're gonna hate me." Click.
Oh wow!
So that's one of my favorites, and also I met one of the guys from the movie, Jason David Frank. He was the White Ranger in that. I met him at Motor City Comic Con 2 years ago. So he's one of my favorites. So yeah. Cool. So what's another one of yours?
No, I have two more. Do you have one more or one too?
I got one more.
Okay, I'll give you my two here right away. Okay, Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, nice.
It will stop every time.
Yep,
I mean,
King,
and I think you could actually hand Morgan Freeman the phone book, and he would make you. I mean, he's like the narrator of it.
He just pull you in, just be like, just going through. It's like, yes, and now we have in the A section, and
he's such a great. I mean, that was a good film. And my other one, which is my all-time favorite, and I stop all the time, own the DVD, and I will still watch it. Forrest Gump.
Yep. Oh yeah, my friend Brett, he's so inspired by that. One time he watched the movie and he got inspired to run around Oxford just because he just felt like running.
I don't know. I don't remember my first outdoor picnic or my first birthday, but I do remember that. We're up to imitations. I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay.
And my number one, School of Rock. I have to watch that every single time it's on, because I still love how they play the song at the very end of the movie, and they do a cover of AC/DC's Long Way to the Top, If You Want to Rock and Roll. And it's me being such a big AC/DC fan, that music changed me. It was this movie that got me into rock music and all that. So it's one of the ones I'm so passionate about. I have to stop and watch it every single time.
Every time he has to stop and watch the School of Rock.
And I remember going through one time, I had the DVD at home, and I remember sitting in front of my dad's computer watching the movie and pausing or rewind it with my guitar, trying to learn how to play like Smoke on the Water and like Iron Man and all these other things. Yeah, it was one of those ones that I never got tired.
You never get tired. You know what you need to get? You need to get a job at a classic rock radio station. You really would do good there. I think, because you're like so passionate about this. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I'll
stay here, but go get a job in radio too.
Yeah, I think I might look into it. Yeah. I think I could talk about music for nonstop and everything, so I think it would work.
You'd be good.
All right.
I guess wraps this segment. We didn't even have a cue to cut this one out, but we did good, right?
Yeah, we did great. Yeah, Kyle didn't give us a cue, so all right. Join us when we come back. We're going to be doing a review of the movie Limitless.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, dun dun dun. Hi everyone, don't forget you can purchase DVDs of your favorite shows from OCTV, whether it's Minutes by Minute, our Community Access, or Connie's Kitchen. Just call the station. Our number is 248-628-9658. And enjoy watching all of our shows on OCTV.
small town with a lot of heart and history. A hidden gem with a sense of community. Welcome to Leonard.
Welcome back to Media Maniaxe. We review everything.
We are just crazy enough to do it.
All right, now we're going to be talking about Limitless, Bradley Cooper movie with Robert De Niro. I didn't see this movie when it first came out, and you gave me the idea not too long ago, and I grabbed it from the video headquarters in town, and I was blown away with the cinematography as well as the storyline with this movie. It's now one of my new favorite movies, just how the story goes and how all this goes. So talk about it. Come on. What made you like this movie?
I caught it. I was on one of the channels, movie channels, and it was a Saturday, and I started watching. I'm like, wow, it's pretty good. And Limitless. I mean, without ruining it, it's the premise. Obviously, Bradley Cooper. We have to kind of say that.
Bradley Cooper plays a guy named Eddie Mora, who is a writer who has been working.
In a slump.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He just doesn't. He just is down on his luck.
Losing his girlfriend, living in a one-room apartment, just totally down.
And his life's just going in a downward spiral.
It's unlimitless.
Yeah, but then he runs into one of his old friends and gives him this one pill, and he was just like, I'm not doing any drugs or anything like that, but he says, you know how we only use 20% of our brains? Right. This makes us use 100% of it. And he thought, yeah, whatever. He thought it was just a normal designer drug. He pops the pill and everything, and he's noticing how he wants to just keep moving forward and just keeps doing productive things. So it's it's just how they go through these scenes of multiple Bradley Coopers cleaning up the apartment and everything.
Right.
I was just what?
I mean, his girlfriend comes over and she's like, wow, what's going on? And I mean that, and then there's also, I mean, we can't really say everything because it would spoil it.
Yeah, very.
But
so.
There is a downturn to the film as well, and I think that was made to understand that maybe you got to access what you have and not worry about accentuating.
Yeah, you can't
things.
just be dependent on something and just have that push you forward.
Right.
You have to do things on your own.
Right.
And
there's an underlying message there. I mean, it's not condoning anything. It's really good, and I mean, so much so, and I don't know how this is going to go. They've actually converted it into a TV series.
Show. Yeah, I haven't watched any of it yet, but I saw an advertisement for it, and I don't really remember it, but it does go well with.
You need to take the pill. You'd remember.
Yeah, well, it was a while ago when it first started airing and everything, but it does go well with this segment. How now that's turned into a TV show and everything else we've talked about so far. So
there's another movie that's similar to it. I mean, we can go back to Limitless, but I saw this one just the other day again. Was Lucy?
Yeah, with Scarlett Johansson. And Morgan Freeman, I believe, is in that one too.
Yes, he's in that one as well, and it's based kind of on the same. I mean, just
she uses 100% of her brain and everything with that too. But I don't know how it goes with a pill or some type of.
It's actually they use it is kind of in pill form, but it's actually a synthesized. Hormone that is you have to watch it.
I'll have to pick it up.
It's synthesized, if I can say that.
Yeah, you can use that word. And thing I love so much about
you can say that word. Sorry.
So one thing I loved I love this movie also when it came to whenever he took a pill and everything. Yeah. Everything looked brighter and everything. As soon as it got to the next day, it just got dull and dim. And it's well, that's the real world. You're in your own kind of different world and everything, and then it just switches and turns. That's what I love. Is every little thing. The video editors, the camera people, the whole production team of this movie were magicians in my mind. Did such a great job. And also, I love Robert De Niro as a person in this movie who kind of plays off of Bradley Cooper. Right. And they work well together.
De Niro has just been branching out in so many different venues. I mean, he could have very well been typecast back, what would you say, the late 80s when he was, cast as the mafia guy with Joe Pesci. And then he got into the series with, what's the series? I can't think of it now. It's got Barbara Streisand, him, he plays the dad, and... It's the parents. Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents.
Right, and he plays such a
Barbara Streisand wasn't in that movie. Oh yeah, she was in Meet the Fockers, the sequel to that. Yeah, she was in the movie. Her and Dustin Hoffman, of course, Ben Stiller. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
He is actually just branched out. He can do anything almost. And
yeah, very true, very true. One thing I thought was funny. One show I used to watch called Inside the Actors Guild or something like that.
Oh yeah, with James Lipton.
Yeah, and what happened was Bradley Cooper came on the show, and he was talking about when he was in the days of in the audience talking to the actors. One day he was talking to Robert De Niro.
Oh, it's kind of ironic.
Yeah, how he and then they were talking about this was shortly after Limitless came out, I think, and now he's saying now I'm working with Robert De Niro in a movie and everything. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny how he learned from De Niro and is showing himself in front of him leading in a movie.
Well, and Bradley Cooper, I mean, he's starting to come into his own, obviously with the everything, and then the Sniper story, which
American Sniper I still haven't seen. I've seen him mainly in the Hangover movies.
Right, the Hangover.
And also, he was also voicing a character in the Marvel Comics movies as well. Right. Guardians of the Galaxy is Rocket.
The Sniper film is, I mean, that's another one of those films that Bradley just nails it in there, but it's like, it's not a comedy. It's
I believe it's a dramatic movie, yes. And that's, people have said to me, you still haven't seen American Sniper? And I'm like, well, I don't have much time to watch movies now, or so. Sometimes I don't have time. But this movie, just all the acting and all the storylines, how it starts off with like towards the end, and then you come full circle again.
Right.
I love how it was written that way. I love movies that do that, where you're just guessing. I love a good mystery. And so watching this movie, trying to think what is going to lead to his demise and everything, and then you realize he has an enemy because of the choices he made in the show. I'm not still keeping it spoiler free, but this movie was just mind blowing. Yeah. This movie deserved, if it didn't get an Oscar, it deserved one, I think. Right.
Well, like you say, it was just something that we decided to choose, and like say maybe you can catch both of them, Lucy or Limitless, and
either or. It's like one of those. There's a lot of movies that are like that. They're a lot in similar ways, yet they don't. They come out in the same year almost.
Right.
Like that and World's End. This Is the End and The World's End and all these other movies that are a lot alike. So anyway. I give this a giant thumbs up. Anyway, for Limitless, and well, I don't know how much time we have left on this episode of Media Maniaxe, so.
We'll be taking probably look at next month. I mean, we are getting towards the holidays, so I'm sure we're going to maybe either go to more holiday-related films.
Yes, we're probably going
to. If you have would like any suggestions, if you want to send it our way, we'd be happy to review a movie as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. If you audience members have any ideas of movies that you want us to review, send an email to us. Send to office, what was it, manager at OCTV?
Yeah, you can do that, or octvnews@hotmail.com. So, anyways, I think we're going to have to put the wraps on this one.
Yep, we're going to have to. So, all right. Now, thank you for joining us on Media Maniaxe. I'm Russell Courier.
I'm Jamie Hughes.
We review everything, and we're
just crazy enough to do it. Have yourself a good one, everybody.
Yep. See ya.
Hi, it's Connie from Connie's Kitchen here at Treetop Lodge, enjoying the beautiful fall weather and the gorgeous colors, which will probably soon give way to winter. But in the meantime, we've got so much more going on here than just eating and sleeping. We have classes. Tonight we have a group up here that are painting, creating actual canvas pieces. We're looking at fairy classes in January. We've got scrapbookers coming, weddings, wine dinners, all sorts of things. So give me a call, 248-933-4579. Let me see what I can do for you. Check me out on Facebook and on the web, treetoplodgeoxford.com. See you soon.
Take off your hat, throw it in the corner. Take off your hat, throw it in the corner. Take off your hat, throw it in the corner. I don't see why you stay a little longer. I'm talking about Boo-Zoo. Woo! Boo-Zoo, that's who. Oh, yeah.
Hey Lakeville, you're watching OCTV.